Bruce Lee wasn't just fast or strong. He engineered his entire fighting system around one idea, and the fight before it begins. Today, we're breaking down the 3 deadliest kicking techniques Bruce Lee ever used. Kicks so explosive that modern MMA fighters still rely on them. Watch old footage of Bruce, and it's like seeing the future speed, precision, and intent in every movement. He stripped away the impractical, keeping only what worked under pressure: directness, simplicity, and brutal effectiveness. How do you stop a bigger, stronger opponent instantly? How do you land a devastating blow before they even react? These were Bruce's obsessions. By the end, you'll know which Bruce Lee kick can stop a charging opponent, which generates knockout force with barely any movement, and the secret that made his kicks twice as fast as traditional martial artists. Stay till the end. Kick number 3 is the one almost every MMA fighter secretly adapts. Let's start with the cornerstone of Bruce's philosophy, the intercepting side kick or stop hit. Instead of blocking and countering, Bruce intercepted attacks, hitting opponents as they tried to hit him. Imagine someone rushing at you, loading up a big punch. Most would block, absorb, and counter. Bruce's answer? Don't let them get close. Meet their momentum with a direct, linear weapon, the target, the lead knee. It's the closest, most vulnerable part. Hit it hard, and the attack collapses. The mechanics are pure efficiency. Lead leg light, knee chambered, no telegraphing. From that chamber, a piston-like explosion from the hip drives the heel straight into the target. Minimal travel, maximum speed. It's on you before you can react. Bruce's stance, slight bounce, never flat-footed, lets him launch this kick instantly. No wind-up. Power comes from the ground up, through the standing foot, an explosive hip snap. A masterclass in kinetic chain efficiency. This isn't just old school. John Jones uses the same principle in MMA, shutting down opponents with the oblique kick to the knee and thigh. Israel Adesanya uses it to control range and punish anyone closing distance. It's a jab with your foot, but with real consequences. The stop hit is versatile knee, shin, thigh, hip, ribs, solar plexus, whatever's on that straight line. It manages distance, creates damage, and disrupts rhythm. The best defense is a good offense. Bruce drilled this relentlessly, building muscle memory for instant reaction. Opponent moves in, the intercepting kick fires. You're not reacting to their attack. You're making their attack part of yours, using their aggression against them. It's not about knockout power, they're looking into fight, but about control. Take away their legs, you take away their movement and confidence. The Jeet Kune Do stance with the power leg forward means this is always loaded, always closest to the target. Traditional arts put the weak side forward. Bruce flipped it, putting his best weapon up front. This kick isn't a setup or follow-up. It's the main event, the gatekeeper of his system. By controlling distance and shutting down attacks, he creates openings for everything else. When you see fighters like John Jones peppering legs and making opponents hesitate, you're seeing Bruce Lee's ghost in the octagon. It's a brutal, effective, and intelligent technique. Simple, direct, and designed to stop a determined attacker cold. The science of the stop hit straight line, hard heel, perfect timing. That's why it's so deadly. It's not about flash. It's about solving the problem of a charging opponent instantly. That's the genius of Bruce Lee's intercepting sidekick. Let's move to the next weapon. If the sidekick is a straight piston, the lead hook kick is its deceptive, lightning-fast cousin. Bruce's version wasn't a typical roundhouse. It was a whip, all about speed, deception, and attacking from an angle your opponent can't see. It comes from the blind side. When you're focused forward, the last thing you expect is a lead leg attack looping around your head. Power kicks usually come from the rear leg with a big setup. Bruce eliminated the setup, generating shocking speed and power from his lead leg with almost no tell. His signature footwork, a subtle bounce or shuffle, masked his intentions and powered the kick. The deception, he'd lift his lead knee, making it look like a side kick, then pivot and whip his hip, slashing his shin and instep in a tight arc. By the time you realize it's not a side kick, his foot is already connecting with your head or neck. The lead leg short path means the kick is blindingly fast. Power comes from hip rotation and knee flexion. A bullwhip snap, not a baseball bat swing. Modern MMA loves this. Wonderboy Thompson and Conor McGregor both use lead leg hook kicks to catch opponents off guard. Bruce knew you don't need 100% power. An unseen kick at 60% is more effective than a blocked 100% power shot. He drilled this for precision and speed, snapping his foot up to hit a business card, no wasted movement. The physics traditional roundhouse is big and powerful. Bruce's hook kick is quick, precise, and all about timing. It's not for breaking ribs, it's for short-circuiting the brain. The flexibility required is insane. Open hips, flexible hamstrings, and no telegraphic. Bruce's conditioning made this possible. The hook kick complements the side kick. One is a straight barrier, the other a curved knockout shot. Both come from the same leg, with nearly identical initial movement. A tactical nightmare for opponents. You drop your hands to block low and get kicked high, or keep them high and lose your leg. That's the genius of Bruce's system. It's not just cool moves, it's an integrated system where each technique sets up the others. The lead hook kick exists because the threat of the side kick exists. A checkmate move in physical chess. When you see his snapping head kick out of nowhere, you're seeing Bruce Lee's legacy. He stripped down a traditional kick, rebuilt it for speed and deception, and made it one of the most dangerous weapons in striking. Pure combat science. Now, let's talk about the showstopper, the spinning back kick. The spinning back kick, often dismissed as flashy, was in Bruce's hands a fight-ending cannon. When it lands clean, the fight is over. Number 10 count needed. The spin isn't for show, it's a force multiplier, generating massive rotational torque. Like an ice skater pulling in their arms, Bruce kept his rotation tight and compressed, unleashing explosive speed and power. The setup is subtle. After establishing his other kicks, he'd use a step or pivot that looked like he was circling away, then coil the spring. He pivots on his lead foot, turns his back, whips his head to acquire the target, then the rest of his body explodes in sync. The kicking leg, chambered tight, shoots out like a battering ram. Not a snap, but a driving thrust. The target, solar plexus or liver. A clean shot shuts the body down. No air, no movement, just collapse. This technique is alive and feared in MMA. Base Rutten folded opponents with it. Edson Barbosa's spinning heel, kick KO, is legendary. Bruce understood the science. Tight pivot, compressed rotation, explosive release. He turned his whole body into the strike, generating heavyweight power from a lightweight frame. There's a story. He kicked a 300-pound heavy bag so hard it broke the chain. That's not movie magic. That's perfect mechanics. The key compress, then explode. As he spins, his body coils. At impact, everything extends. Core, hips, leg all firing in sequence. It's a high-risk, high-reward move, but Bruce drilled it until the risk was minimal. The threat alone changes fights. Opponents hesitate, rethink their approach. The spinning back kick is the pinnacle. The straight-line interceptor, the deceptive whip, and now the rotational sledgehammer. It gave Bruce a tool for every range and situation. The ultimate power shot. He didn't just copy the spinning kick from traditional arts. He refined it, stripped away the unnecessary, and aimed it at the most vulnerable targets. He turned a dance move into a devastating weapon. It's the flashiest, but also the most dangerous, channeling his entire body into a single focus point. When you see fighters like Kung Lei or Zabit land one, you're seeing Bruce Lee science in action. The spinning back kick. Not just a kick, but a full-body collision. That's the legacy of Bruce Lee's innovation. 3 kicks, 3 philosophies, each a solution to a combat problem. Let's wrap up with what this all means for you. The legacy continues. Here's how. Transition to final scene. Sasidar I-Spine Zendam. Bruce Lee didn't just practice kicks. He rebuilt them, transforming them into scientific tools for dominating distance, timing, and power. His style lives on through today's greatest fighters and anyone who studies his principles. Efficiency, directness, simplicity, speed with purpose. Bruce wouldn't want blind worship. He wanted you to learn, question, experiment, and evolve. Each kick, the stop hit, the lead whip, the spinning back kick, is a solution to a specific combat problem. The real takeaway: don't just copy the moves. Understand the why behind them. When you grasp the principles, you can apply them to your own training, your own life. Thanks for watching. Hit like if you learned something new, subscribe for deeper breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next video.